Hello and welcome to Generation Shadow, the epic supernatural saga that takes you through the entirety of horror history, one nightmare at a time. Today's nightmare is a special one-shot, Shanghai 1933, City of Devils. We have 4 wonderful adventurers who will be joining us in this dark, wicked city, which I'll talk about in just a little bit. But first, let's go ahead and meet these players and these characters. And I'll give just a little bit of background, and then we'll kind of go around and talk about our deaths, and then we'll get more into the game itself. So, when we start, I want to know who you are, who your character is, and what are they doing in Shanghai, a city that may be the final destination for those who have nowhere else to go.
All right. So hi, I'm Marvin, and today I'm going to be playing the hunter, Flacco Irvin. If you follow the show, Piotr Irvin is my character I play in our regular show. This is his nephew, Flacco. During the World War I and everything, Piotr's family actually fled from Russia after the war. You know, since Tsar was going down and everything just chaos, decided to move over to America. And that's where Flacco was born. Grew up hearing stories about Uncle Piotr. Just what a great guy he was, you know. But mysteriously disappeared for some reason. Never found him. Not even a body. And just to live up to his legacy, you know, being a good soldier, helping people around, Flacco decided, hey, I know these supernatural things exist. And I know they cause trouble for people. So why not have someone do something about it? Just like Uncle Piotr would. And that's how Flacco just decided to become a hunter.
Well, let's hope his fate is a little better than Piotr's.
Hopefully. Then again, we are in Shanghai, so this place, who knows how it's gonna go.
Definitely something to keep in mind. Up next, we have Dallas.
Hey, I'm Dallas. I'm playing a tainted character named Istroth. I'm bringing him back because his debts are unclear from his patron. He keeps messing up, basically, in his job, or every time he gets his soul back, he somehow loses it again. He got to Shangri-La, got kicked out. He got his soul back from Madame Regret, and then Demogorgon just tricked him out of it again. So he's back in the saddle and back on protectorate mode, and this time going to Shanghai to protect some mortals who apparently my patron just feels they're important. So
Once again, doing the devil's bidding.
Yep.
Well, we'll see how that turns out. And then joining us, we have a very special guest. This is
Hello, everybody.
one of my very old friends,
Since
Jameson.
fourth grade, yeah.
Since fourth grade,
Fourth
yes.
grade,
Welcome to
for fourth grade.
So we're
thank you,
very
thank
lucky
you.
to have him here on Generation Shadow. Oh! Some nice little applause there.
But yeah, my name is Jamison. I'm playing an aware named Junior. Full name Junior the Hitter Witter. He was a former middleweight European boxing champion from Britain, South London to be exact. And he retired abruptly after accidentally killing a man in the ring and kind of believed that the boxing game was too brutal and announced himself as a devout pacifist. Although, if life and limb are on the line, he will bend his morals slightly in that front. And he arrived in Shanghai sort of on a spiritual quest after kind of losing his identity after retiring from the boxing ring. And he only found himself in an opium den shortly thereafter, smoking opium and kind of getting in touch with the local patrons of that opium den as well as other expats he found there.
Hey, who amongst us does not just want to go to an opium den, just light up and chill out, you know? That's the dream. And then we also have Nick.
Yep, I'm Nick, and I'm bringing back the wizard Wraith, known as Wraith, formerly known as Damien Imani. He was, if anyone recalls from our similar one-shot, he was the wizard who found a dimension that he learned was known as Solanisa. So during his, and needed to figure out what was going on with that world, and ended up spending a lot of time in Shangri-La, So
He's the one who didn't get kicked out.
yes, spent a lot of time studying the area and finding similarities between the two worlds that he knows of, and has recently sort of come to a point where he's having trouble continuing his research. So he heard that Shanghai might be a good place to learn some new perspectives, and so he's been over here helping out the people over here.
All right. Well,
So-
we'll see what happens with that. There certainly is a lot of strange phenomenon to investigate in Shanghai, and perhaps the reason for that is that Shanghai is kind of a city without law. It's in a country that is currently in like the warlord era. So China doesn't really have a government, just these various feuding factions. Chiang Kai-shek and the Kuomintang are the most powerful. The communists under Mao are growing in power, but again, there's just lots of these kind of rogue factions. So because of this, the only real power in Shanghai are these imperialists, like England, America, Germany, France, who have carved up the city into their own territories. There's the international settlement. And then the French, they wanted their own, so they have the French concession as well. And because there's like a different country around the block, it leads to sort of the whole place is kind of a no man's land. You can commit a crime in one block and then move over and be like, no, I'm in France and you can't get me here. So also because of this, it's like the one city where you don't really need a passport to go to. So it's full of just rogues, criminals, refugees from all the wars that are going on, as well as the Chinese themselves who are like flocking in to avoid the war in the countryside and all the famine and disasters going on there, and sort of realizing that like this is their country that's been totally taken over by all these foreign powers. And of course, waiting in the wings and very eager to conquer everything are the Japanese Empire, who are looking at this whole place quite hungrily, and in just a few short years will be taking it over in a most violent and terrible way. Big thanks to this book, City of Devils, by Paul French, that I used for like research for this, as well as a few other books. It's a kind of a city that has a particular fascination for me because of this weird, like the lawless nature of it, and the way that it's like an international city in this time and place. So let's talk about how you guys fit into Shanghai, with like the debts that your character might owe to others and might have be owed to you. So I think I have the list of factions and NPCs floating around there if you need it.
It's right here.
But you can also have that for some of your other player characters too, at this very table. So Nick,
Yeah.
who do you think owes you and who do you owe?
So the first of my debts is someone is helping me to keep my demons at bay, and if anyone remembers Mr. Su, he is now in Shanghai, and I owe him a debt for his help.
And this is Dallas's character from Jest, our last arc.
Yes.
The 1920s arc.
Yes, he sort of moved up in the world and become kind of the patriarch of the Sons of the Sacred Mountain, which is the wild faction for this one.
Yes. So my second one is someone is my go-to when I get into trouble, and since I knew Istroth from Simla, I've sort of gone to him whenever I have some troubles. So, very old friend. And finally, I am helping someone keep a dangerous secret. And I put down, I'm sorry if I butcher her name, Kang K. King.
I think it's Keqing or Keqing.
Keqing. Yeah. But yeah, she's also a member of the Wild Faction. From what I've read, she has a secret.
Yeah, I do apologize for all the mispronunciations and terrible
yeah.
historical inaccuracies that we're gonna have.
Yeah.
It will
It's fiction,
unfortunately
right?
happen.
Yeah.
Do you not
Yeah, I
count-
mean, but I'm using like real people. Kong Keqing is a real person.
It's very historically responsible. of
I
you.
know, but they're so cool. I gotta put them in.
Yeah, it's more fun that way.
So basically, Keqing supposedly is keeping secret her origin of her powers. So and I have learned that. So I'm keeping it a secret. So they owe me a debt.
Okay.
And Dallas, I owe you 2 debts.
Okay.
All right, Junior.
I'm gonna have to take a sec to find out who I owe in this world.
Okay. It could be some people on that list. I think
Yeah,
like Marvin's got now.
I mean, you know, I definitely figured out that my character must owe some dubious people some money.
Yeah, I think there's like, I mean that definitely makes sense for Junior.
So how many debts do we have?
I think if you look on
There's
your
a list right here
oh, okay.
that says.
So I owe. Okay, so one person you owe completely, one person you have a mutual debt with, and then you have 2 debts. Okay. Someone is definitely protecting me, and it's the Iron Oni Association. They were fascinated with my discipline as a former boxer, and as I showed them my skills on the punching bag, they were again kind of impressed as people who definitely value physical fitness and discipline. So
you
in
think
a in a frenzy after escaping an opium den well past my tab, I stumbled upon a member of their group, a low-level member who had known me from the European circuit somehow, brought me in, and I pleaded my case, and they fronted me a massive amount of money to cover my drug debt. But now
I like
I'm
it.
really, really, really in over my head with them.
Ooh, all right. Well, I'll say Oyaman Akashita.
All right, let's do it.
He's the boss of that whole.
Oh man, I got to the boss,
Yeah, you owe him.
and all right, let me write that down real quick, and then.
It could be some of the other players at this very table too. It doesn't have to be
yeah.
NPCs.
Yeah.
It could be these guys if you think they fit the bill.
I'm trying to figure out how I would interact with everybody,
Well,
how they would come.
Yeah, these debts definitely help out if you need inspiration. So.
I mean, you're all like relative newcomers to Shanghai, but you've been
Yeah.
here for maybe a year or a month or so. So it depends. But
Does anybody
My
here
friends
have
and
any potential interaction with a gang underworld or something that is less than 100% morally sound?
well, what's the question there that asks?
So it has.
Someone
these
thinks
different-
they're protecting you,
Yeah.
but it's more like you're protecting them. Wow.
I
Well,
do have
I
a
can see
debt that says,
our hunter friend.
yeah, I have a debt that says someone has enlisted me to protect them from something very dangerous.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I can see you guys striking up a friendship because you're the most normal
Yeah.
of
All
at the
right.
table here.
So I think that we owe each other a debt.
Mm-hmm.
As far as how, what's your character's name?
It is Flacco.
Flacco, the hunter. And then should I come up with a situation like,
You don't have to.
You can kind of leave it vague. You can kind of fill it in as the story goes on if you want to.
all right,
Yeah.
I would say that a situation arose in which they believed they had the upper hand. Flacco believed he had the upper hand in combat, but there were really people waiting in the wings that I talked down secretly using my small amount of celebrity.
Yeah.
And he ostensibly saved me, but I really saved him.
Yeah. I'm always going to use that small.
Even though he could have
celebrity.
taken many of them out.
I mean, sure, you got your boxing gloves and everything. I have a shotgun. I need to take them.
I don't know. There were a lot of them.
They were about to get the drop on you, perhaps.
It's quite possible.
And then what's the final one there? What's the question?
You're leveraging dirt on someone to get their help with something.
Oh man.
You owe them a debt.
I mean, it could
Wait.
be.
That is who I owe the debt. So no, the last one is someone told you their secrets and you haven't told anyone about them yet. They owe you 2 debts. Can it be 2 individual debts or is it one person with 2 debts?
It's one person with 2 debts.
Ooh.
It could be. I mean, this guy's got like a demon pulling his strings. That's definitely
Yeah.
a secret.
I would love to have those 2 debts. I'm just gonna go ahead and take those 2 debts and we'll
That's
just kind
fine.
of fill in the blanks.
All right, perfect. And you can like call those in during the game if you need him to do something.
What was your
He might refuse though. We'll have to see. There's game mechanisms for all that stuff. All right. So Istvan, how about you?
All right, so
It's not Istvan. It's Istroth. I got it wrong.
Istroth is protecting Jackpot Jack Riley from a dark power. So that's why I'm actually in Shanghai working with an Indian club. Or working for them, I should say.
Jackpot Jack Raleigh is going to be the employer of all of you. And I'll explain who he is in a second.
So I asked before, do any of you feel like you're the savior type?
Might be our hunter.
Like you try to reform me?
I do have a reputation for getting my nose into the supernatural. I don't think all of you are bad. Just most of you.
Or it could be our boxer. He seems to be, I mean, he knows your secrets. Maybe he wants to, like, turn you around, lead you to a better path.
I'm pretty morally ambivalent.
I was gonna go with.
I could see possibly, since we know each other and we've interacted.
Yeah,
so
you guys
positively,
are sort of, I mean, not exactly friends, but
Well, yeah,
you met before.
and you do get me into, or I get you into trouble, so maybe like, I sort of, as recompense to all the trouble that I get you into, I'm sort of trying to help you to get past.
Cool.
Does that make sense to you, Astro?
Yeah. It's like, wait, you keep saving my ass. Why are you like? Why are you doing this?
Yeah.
Why don't you just change your ways? Gotcha.
So, would that be? Do I owe you? Do you
2.
owe me?
I owe you 2.
Okay.
Yeah. So Jackpot he owes me 2. I owe Wraith 2, and I owe my patron 3.
Ooh, and that is Demogorgon.
At least 3, probably like 6 by now.
Yeah, at this point, after you keep messing up.
Yeah.
Okay. And finally, I was going to call you Piotr, but that's wrong Irvin. Flacco.
Flacco.
Who do you owe and who owes you?
Alright, so for my first debt, I think we already went over it. Someone has enlisted me to protect them from something very dangerous. That was Junior. He thinks he's protected me. Yeah, right.
Who knows?
But they owe me a debt and I owe him a debt, so there you go. Second one, someone keeps me equipped and supplied. I owe him 2 debts. And as I saw his name on there, I would think that would be Lionel Livingston. Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Yes.
And this is, again, the son of one of Dallas's characters from our second arc.
Pierce. Yes.
Yeah. The Sir Lionel now.
Unluckiest.
And he seems rather
For Livingston
high
Luck.
right now. Could probably just go to him
Wasn't
for
there
my
a
silence.
Livingston in Simla as well?
Yes, that was when he was really young.
Yeah.
That was Piers
There's a
Livingston.
bunch of people that both me and
Yeah, so
Don't know.
you knew Sir Lionel's dad.
Yeah.
Because that was Piers when he was like
and I
first,
also
you know.
know we also know the descendant of one of the other people, Sergeant Galley.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
who was also in our Victorian London arc.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always try and like have lots of crossover and have like other recurring characters like these guys have played before pop up. So they'll see a few familiar faces as the story goes on.
Yeah, it's just like Generation Hero. We have so many characters running around.
I know. It's like I don't even need to make up characters. I just use your guys' characters.
It's brilliant. Perfectly fine with me.
And for my last debt, I consider someone a friend, even though the friendship keeps bringing me trouble. They owe me a debt. And I believe I chose that as Istarov, the one possessed by Demogorgon.
Nothing but trouble. All right. So speaking of trouble, this adventure begins at the Canodrome, Shanghai's #1 dog racing arena, and it's also a luxury hangout for the kind of sleazy underworld who enjoy watching those dogs run and betting on them.
The monsters treating these poor dogs like that.
So, you guys are in the stands watching a dog race going on. You've all been brought in by Jackpot Jack Riley, the slots king of Shanghai, a American ex-con who slipped out of prison, went to Shanghai because it's, one place where you can go without a passport, and has become a leading light in the underworld as the purveyor of these slot machines. So, this kind of roughneck-looking Oklahoman beckons you all down, motions you to have a seat in the stand. And he says, "Howdy. You, join watching those little doggies run?"
Not particularly, but I know it's entertainment. Somehow.
We all have to have our entertainment somehow.
Yeah, I hear that. Well, let me let you in a little secret. I didn't bring you here to watch the doggies run.
I hope not.
You serious? I'm down 200 already and you're stopping the dogs?
Speaking of those debts, Mr. Golden Gloves boxing champion, I got a way for you to make a whole lot of dough. One night's work. Now, how many of you have heard of a joint over in the Badlands called Farron's Casino?
I don't know, but I'm going to put a face to a name and see if I do.
Okay, this is under the Power faction.
Oh, so straight.
Yeah, I mean, Joe Farron, I guess, is who you're rolling for, but you might know about Farron's Casino.
7?
Okay. Jameson, how it works, they just got to roll and then add that little number to it. There's a... I think it's in the second page of the basic moves, is how to...
Faction.
Put a face to a name, yeah. Just roll it and then have the faction. So with a 7...
It works with that, actually.
So you haven't been there, but you've definitely heard about it, maybe seen the ads. Farron's is like a super luxurious, all-new casino that just opened up in the Badlands, which is like kind of the in-between area. It's technically in the Chinese part of Shanghai. But it's really like a lawless zone, which is why they can do all this gambling out in the total open. And every night packs in lots of high rollers come from all over the world to head over to Farron's. Every kind of game of chance you want, they've got it. Top-notch entertainment. It's like very fancy upscale casino. So Jack Riley says, now you may not know it, my buddy Joe, he likes to keep things on the QT, but me and him are old pals, and some of my friends who help run the slot machines, a lot of ex-China Marines, they help handle security over at the casino. Now,
That makes me feel better.
yeah, it's worked out pretty well. Unfortunately, I got debts to pay, so I want that casino robbed. And because I control the security, should be piece of cake. Except I can't really do it myself because that would get me in trouble with my business partner there. So I want you guys to do it.
To rob a casino.
Exactly.
He's gonna stand up and just walk away.
Will you be there?
I mean, I'll try to make an attendance. Hey, whoa, come back!
No, I'm not supporting this.
Alright, wait, hear me out. There's one particular... It's not just everything in the vault. I mean, you don't care if you don't like money?
I like money when I earn it legally.
Well, trust me, this money's all earned illegally by illegal gambling that I help control. I know that for certain. There's one thing in particular you're going after.
Right.
Not just money, something that you do want to get because it's something that oughtn't to be in the wrong hands. Tell me, have any of you heard of a sort of international debonair tradesman by the name of Montolio Egantre?
Anybody? Can I?
Maybe somebody could roll,
Sure.
put a face to a name.
I
Yeah,
don't know, but he sounds like a handsome devil.
Junior, you can try and do it too if you
So what
want.
would that be?
So he is under, actually the
Okay.
He's
under-
immortal now, so he's under power.
yeah. So roll for power,
8.
and every time you roll it, even if you miss, you do get to mark that faction. That's how you level up without going corrupt. So just mark that, and when all 4 are marked, you level up.
Then
So
you
it's good
erase
to do the
Oh,
faction
yeah.
stuff.
Which faction does put a face to name go towards?
That's with
Well,
power.
that's power.
Okay.
Depends on who you're
It depends on
rolling
who you're.
towards.
Oh yeah.
Put a face to a name. Yeah.
Anybody get a 10 plus for that one?
No.
I got
All right. You got an 8. And okay, so you've never heard of Egantre. You also never heard of Egantre. But you have, which makes sense because you're both in the magical business.
This man is important.
He is. You've heard of him. He is this, maybe,
It's a bit of a.
this is Marvin's, maybe character he will play again, but definitely from former character. So how would you describe him?
Awesome character.
As
What's
I've
his
done
reputation?
before,
Yeah.
Think of the worst, slimiest, scummiest used car salesman you've ever met. Then multiply that by like 100, and he's already stolen your car, your house, and your wife. That is Egantre.
Sounds like a bad dude.
Yeah, he's a
Riley
There's
says,
no denying it anymore. He is horrible. He is a horrible person.
Riley says, let me tell you, Egantre, he is a horrible person. Anyway,
I've heard, yes.
he's popping into Shanghai. He's going to hit the casino. And because the vaults are the most trustworthy, safest place in the city, he's going to put something in there that he wants kept safe. It's called the Spider's Eye. I'm not too sure of the particulars, but I know it's real powerful, and it shouldn't be in the hands of someone like Egantre. Now, I already got a trustworthy buyer lined up, someone who knows they can handle the occult. So what I need you to do is get down there, get the spider's eye. All the other cash that's down there, that's incidental. You don't have to worry about that. You guys can totally take it if you want, as long as I get a cut. But the spider's eye, the main goal.
I'm more interested in knowledge than money. myself.
Well, maybe you can have a look at that spider's eye too. Who knows what you can find in there.
Well, when you mentioned the spider's eye, Uncle Piotr was rumored to have been murdered by a giant spider.
Perfect!
Don't know if this has any correlation, but anything else, anything works.
Junior, you do this for me, I
Listen.
guarantee you get a lot of opium pipe filling.
I'll try and take advantage of my bad habits. I don't do everything for every jackpot Jeff or whatever you are that comes along the line, alright? I gave up fighting, I gave up violence a long time ago. Has to be a little sweeter than some opium and some quick cash.
This is a non-violent robbery.
No such thing.
No, I swear, I control the security, so I'm gonna make sure it goes okay. My buyer's gonna arrange a nice little distraction. I'll even get you the dynamite to blow the vault and
Dynamite.
the getaway car. See?
Isn't that violent in and of itself?
It's the vaults are not a person, okay? Trust me, this will be duck soup. That's weird 30 slang for super easy.
The terminology of this time period is very interesting.
Are you
That
not
it
from
is.
this time period?
I've been spending a lot
Is
of
it cool if I
time
grab beer?
elsewhere.
Oh,
let's
sure,
say.
sure. And Mr. Istvan, you're you and my guardian angel lately, so I know I can count on you.
Wherever you go, I go.
Istroth, I gotta keep. Not Istvan, I don't know where that's coming from.
All right.
Okay, so the robbery is set for tonight. Do any of you guys want to do any investigating or preparation before you hit the casino?
I do not trust that this is going to go non-violently. Nothing ever does. So I'm going to try and get some body armor.
Okay, why don't you do hit the streets and then we'll see what Istroth is up to.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same with the Nemean Club. I want to see if they know if like Riley's up to something else, or if he's like ordered something like I need like 100 of this, or like what the heck do you need that for?
Yeah.
So I want to check with the rest of the Nemean Club if that's possible.
Okay, so who you going to for the body armor?
That's a good question.
Well,
wait,
I mean, it could be
Livingston
if you're
always-
looking for Big Ear Do, who runs the Green Gang, which is like the most powerful criminal organization in Shanghai and maybe the world at this point.
I already got a supplier.
Oh, okay.
Livingston.
Oh,
Forgot
right.
about
So, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
So, we'll just
So roll with
that.
mortality.
11.
Okay,
Nice.
so you head over there to the Nemean Club. They operate out of like the official name of this place. The Shanghai Club is what it's called, which is like kind of the country club in the middle of the international settlement that the British have had for almost a century now. Very refined, elitist kind of place. But Sir Lionel says, "Well, my dear Russian American friend, you shall have whatever you need from me.
Mr. Livingston, I need armor.
You will have it."
Okay, I'm glad we have this no X questions asked kind of deal.
Absolutely. Well, with my luck, I need all the friends I can get. And how about Istroth?
So, Lionel, has Jack been up to anything that sort of makes you on edge, or that makes you worry about anything? He seems to be acting too free lately.
I think
too careless.
I could see a hit the streets for this one, or a persuade.
9?
If anyone wants to help out, that's something else you can do. You can
Yeah, they
help
got
out.
lend a hand or get. You can also hinder them too if you want to be bad.
True.
It comes up
It
sometimes.
happens sometimes.
You. So you are there, right?
I am
Yeah.
there, but I just rolled.
True.
Okay, Junior, you can do it if you want to. You can be there.
Alright, I'm there, and I would like to lend a hand.
So what do you say to Livingston to make him tell you about Jackpot Jack.
Listen, I know you're a man of honor and respect on some level,
Oh, indeed. Thank you.
and as a man of honor and respect, you understand a creed and a way of living. I gave up violence long ago. I accidentally killed a man in the ring, and since then I vowed never to land my fist upon another person. And I've actually held to that with moderate success, as well as anything in my life. So please, give me the real information so that I don't have to go against my personal principles on this.
Well, I may have inadvertently caused the Russian Revolution, so
That was
That's
you.
not encouraging.
inadvertently. So you roll with Istroth's faction for this one, which is
Wild.
wild.
Wow.
-1.
All right.
I
well,
rolled. I rolled.
roll high. Let's see what happens. Yes.
No need to roll a 7.
You just have to be a 6 or a 7 or
Nice.
up.
All right, we're good.
That is great.
Okay. Oh, and don't forget to mark it too, so you can help get that level up.
Cha-ching.
Nice.
Okay, so he says, Jackpot Jack, our American friend. He's a good fellow and useful for certain problems that come up with some of our taipans, and he's certainly good at playing his cards close to the vest and avoiding scandal. But I fear he's dealing with the Japanese in various ways. He's been making deals with the Iron Oni Association. I think they may have a hand in this. I urge you to go along with it, but do not trust the Iron Oni Association.
Well, since I don't know anybody that could be working with them, I'll take your word for it.
You see, this is why I get body armor. Always get armor. for
Always
these
get
types of
armor.
situations.
Junior, is there anything else? Anything else you want to do to get ready?
Oh man,
Or
is there any?
investigate?
I do have like a dark suspicion about this whole operation. I was wondering if there was a way I could reinforce or add to my attack. Maybe add some spikes to my brass knuckles or something of that nature.
Yeah. Who do you think you would go to get those?
I'd have to go to my guy with the Iron Oni.
Oh, okay. So
He
you're going
probably
to-
has some really cool melee weapons that I could take advantage of.
Okay, why don't you roll hit the streets with Knight?
Alright.
See if the Iron Oni have what you need.
Alright. I got 1 on night. Oh, alright. That's a lot more than what I needed.
Whoa, perfect. Okay, you can mark that as well if you don't have 9 already. And, well, what are you looking for? Because they've got it.
I definitely want to have a handheld device that takes advantage of my fisticuff skills. And I know I vowed never to use them again, but if it's me or them, I gotta get my next fix. So I'm gonna need some brass knuckles with some sort of ice pick device coming out of it so that I could impale, something that could pierce a skull on impact.
Okay, Akashita will give you just that. So you can put, like, spiky brass knuckles on there. And they'll do, like, an extra harm when you use them. Who's, like, he's this sort of mysterious robed figure. He is not human as well. Which you notice you hang out with him for a little too long. His tongue is, like, giant and red. And slips out of his mouth like a big ole fruit roll-up. Or a fruit by the foot is what I'm thinking of. Yeah. When he thinks you're not looking.
Yep.
But he just, like, hands it over in a nice little liqueur box and, like, a velvet, cushion. He's just like, use it well. And what about Wraith?
I was hoping to go to my sanctum because it has a library of old tomes, and I was wondering if I could see if I could find out some information more specifically about the eye, the spider's eye. So, I will say, it does always lack a key piece or ingredient, so we'll see. 6 plus spirit. Just barely 7.
Ooh, so what's the outcome there?
We've got something close, but it's flawed or lacking in some significant way.
And you're looking for information, though?
Yes.
Okay, so you know the spider's eye is powerful. You know it's bad, but the details elude you.
Okay. Alright.
Alright, so we'll cut ahead a little bit. All you guys arrive by Jackpot Jack drops you off in his fancy, like, humongous, bulletproof limousine. Right at the door of Farron's Casino. He leads you in. It's like you got a whole big line of wealthy Shanghailanders going down the red carpet, entering the sprawling casino. They got like 5 floors of different games of chance. There's like an actual acrobat swinging around on the trapeze. There's like a full chorus line out there on the stage doing entertaining everybody. It is a very popular and very raking in the money sort of spot. Are you guys dressed for the occasion, you think? Oh yeah, kind of some fun music to go with. I like it. Are you guys dressed up for this casino adventure?
I would have followed Jack's lead on that.
Yeah, he's wearing like a simple white tuxedo kind of thing.
Whoa, I would have toned it down from there. They just went traditional black.
Okay.
I'm wearing a coat that could conceal, bow and arrow, shotgun, maybe a sword underneath that,
Always good to have a humongous trench coat.
Very good French.
Just inconspicuous.
Inconspicuous.
Wearing a hat as well.
Parka.
Junior, are you putting on the glad rags?
Oh, I'm absolutely regal. I have a large hat for my prize fighting days when I used to do ornate press conferences. I have a ruffly shirt, and I have very, very slick, shiny black shoes, and some black pinstripe pants.
Whoa, very cool. What about our fugitive from out of time?
I think my outfit is sort of... It's a little outdated, but it is regal for where I'm from. But if you know where I'm from and like know the style, then you would know that it's from a time that has not been seen in a
So
while.
like ancient Tibetan kind of garb?
Kind of.
Interesting.
But it does look very regal. Lots of gold trim.
Ooh, cool. So a little out of place, but there's a lot of gold on display
We
tonight.
definitely look like we're here to rob a casino.
Yeah.
But so does everyone else, so I think
That's
we're
true, right?
Yeah. It's a regular Ocean's 11 over here. So, Flacco, you think what game of chance do you think you would head to? Or are you just hanging out at the bar? Or what do you think you're doing while you're kind of... Riley says like, spread out, mingle, have a good time. When the signal happens, head down to the basement to the vault. And you'll know what the signal is. You'll know what the distraction is.
Well, we're always supposed to blend in, so I'm going to try my hand at poker.
Okay. You up over the table, and next to you is a figure who, wait, you didn't roll a face to a name for this one, did you? So, probably don't know who it is, but he's just like, always good to see another person whose money I'll be taking. The name's Egantre, Montolio Egantre.
A
pleasure.
Gantre, huh?
And you are...
Flacco Irvin.
Irvin.
Just new to the city. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, too. He's thinking over, and he's like, Irvin, where have I heard that name before? Are you Russian by chance?
Yes. I mean, it's kind of American, but I'm Russian-American.
He's thinking back a little bit. He's like, you wouldn't happen to know a Piotr Irvin, would you?
Oh, my Uncle Peter, yes.
Oh, uncle. Beloved uncle?
We still mourn his loss. He disappeared mysteriously here in the outskirts during the war. We have no idea what happened to him. Rumors say that he was eaten by a giant spider.
Oh.
I know, I didn't believe it myself.
What a tall tale.
But then I discovered all of this stuff. There's vampires, there's werewolves, ghosts, and everything.
Oh, that there
Whole
are.
shebang.
Dragons? You name it.
Dragons too.
Well, giant spider. Hey, there might be one, but I wouldn't know anything about that. So, how about that poker, huh? Got any twos? Go fish? Hit me.
You seem to be sweating a little bit.
Yeah. Must be the air in here, a little warm. You know what, folks? Deal me out. I'm gonna go take the air. See ya.
So that means you're not going to play your cards.
I had a lousy hand anyway. But you can tell he's quite nervous about something. He putters away.
But wait.
Gonna
Yeah,
be-
can I figure him out? a little
Yeah,
bit?
that'd be a good idea
What's
for
his
this.
game? 11.
Nice.
So, very good. What 3 questions, or 2 questions would you like to ask?
Okay. What does Egantri figure, worry might happen?
You know he has something to do with your uncle's death.
Uh,
He's worried about you figuring that out and like revenge. And he's worried about, as always, himself.
of course. Let's see. What's Egantri hoping to get from being here?
He's sort of touring the area right now. Again, he's also kind of like on the run from a lot of people, and Shanghai's a place where you're free to be who you want to be. And that's sort of why he's got like that spider's eye down there in the vault.
Alright. So how could I get him to spill the beans about the spider's eye?
Probably doing something nice for him, helping him in some way.
Okay.
You know, he responds. He's very transactional, so we'll see what happens there.
So I think I got something for him.
Okay.
Dealer, I'm going to be out of the game for a bit. I'm going to catch up with Mr. Egantri. Mr. Egantri, I noticed that you're sweating a little bit.
Yeah, just a
I know
little,
you're worried about something.
some of that warm summer air.
It's winter.
Oh.
But alright. I know that you might be worried about something coming to get you. I've seen that look before. I just would like you to know that I am a protector of sorts. I go around protecting people from the supernatural, for instance, and we both know they exist.
He
So
thinks
if you're worried about anything, just let me know. I'm your guy.
he thinks it over and he's like, I do appreciate that. Well, if worst comes to worst, I know who to go to.
Right.
Mr. Istroth.
Yeah.
This rough.
You are approached by Olympiada Azarova,
Oh, okay.
who is she was leading the chorus girls doing some high step in action, and she is sort of like the one who is in charge of the entertainment over there at Farron's.
So, I guess she introduces herself, and I just say, excellent show.
And
Pleasure,
she's like, it is okay. Once I would dance to entertain the Tsar, archdukes, and duchesses. Now it is for British businessmen. How the mighty have fallen.
Who would you rather be working for?
Well, I can't exactly go back to Russia now that the Bolsheviks are in control. So what I want, it perhaps does not matter.
You sure?
You are offering something?
Someone like me? No. I can only speak on someone else's behalf who has far more influence than I do.
I do know about beings of beings. What am I saying? Beings of influence. I have perhaps met some of them when I was a girl. One with a chicken leg house, if you know of that. But who are you referring to?
You know her?
When I was a girl, I would visit with her, and she might have given me a little bit of her power. A certain forest spirit as well, who I happen to know in those long ago times.
Who's that?
Well, she went by the name of You There. A strange name.
You're joking.
No. A strange name for a very strange creature, but a good one.
I believe you. That's impressive. Never mind who I was going to tell you about.
I think that might be a good idea. She's like, well, I appreciate that. You need help. You let me know. Perhaps we both know how it is to be under the control of something more powerful.
Yes, and I would gladly switch at any given moment.
Whoa, okay, she's like, I'll see what I can do. Interesting. Mr. Junior, what do you think you're doing in the casino?
Man, I'm seeing who they're talking to, first of all. I'm looking around. I'm kind of freaked out. I'm definitely not here to rob a casino, but circumstances have happened. I try to figure out who the head guard is, and I want to persuade them to do something. The head person who's responsible for guarding the casino.
Okay. It might be. So why don't you roll?
Persuade an NPC,
Well,
or
Find him first.
you got it. Well, I'll see
I
you
can
can.
find them first.
Yeah, I'll see you can find them. I will say I'm trying to remember. Like there was an. This is an actual guy who was in charge of guarding this particular.
Oh.
This is a real place with all. I can't remember his name. He was like this gang that's called referred to in the book as like the Boy Chicks, which were these kind of Jewish gangsters that
Oh,
Farron, all
Yeah.
refugees from Germany and Austria and that kind of place. So I'll say his name was like Rosenberg.
Rosenberry.
Yeah, this tough like Viennese hoodlum.
Okay.
Wrinkled, scarred, messed up face. Looks kind of like your Boris Karloff type. In a monkey suit, and tuxedo, and you see him. He's like the pit boss, looming over everything.
Do I have to roll to interact with him?
Yeah. So you go over and like, what do you say? And then I'll have you roll to persuade.
I don't want to give him everything off the bat. I definitely just want to get his attention and hopefully be able to apply a bit of personality on this person.
Okay. So what particular words would you use? He like might spot you and nod to him. He might be like, "Are you?" Trying to remember the fool. You had a great name.
Junior, the hitter.
Are you the hitter witter? Oh, boy, chick. I heard about your bouts over in London.
27-0, no big deal. No big deal.
Oh, my friend, I'm a devotee of the sweet science myself.
Are ya? Well, defense is part of it. I can tell those scars on your head. Not looking too great.
Well, I got these not in a ring, as you might say.
Yeah, I'm less familiar with that type of fighting. I was wondering if you knew Jackpot Jack.
Oh, everybody knows Jackpot Jack.
How well do you know him?
Well enough. Him and Mr. Farron, they're in business together.
And Mr. Farron's the boss of this location,
That's correct. It's his casino.
but he shares it with Jackpot Jack, right?
Yes, Jackpot Jack handles the security, the money, Farron, everything else.
And you keep things pretty secure around here?
That's my job.
Never had any incidents?
Every so often, but people know enough to stay afraid.
Yeah, back in my days in fighting, if there was a contender in front of me, I would take a little bit of money and I would step aside and let them fight for some money. And it's called a step aside clause. You ever heard of something like that?
Is that what you are offering me?
I never said that, but in the words of a great man, everybody has a price.
Ooh. All right, I think you're gonna have to roll at this point. So give me a persuade. You're rolling with
Art.
yeah. Add your heart to this one.
I got one.
Well, roll high.
What do I have to roll?
So you're gonna roll those dice and add just a +1 to whatever you get.
10. 7.
So 8.
8.
Yeah.
That's a
Partial success.
partial success.
Partial success. All right. Rosenberg says, I'll tell you this. There's more security in this place than just me. Mr. Farron has a deal with Ein Sof, an organization of rabbis who have strange powers. A goy like you would not know about this kind of thing. But, let me just say he had a deal with someone by the name of Dizzy Izzy who did some work over here. So me and my friends will step aside, but the casino itself might defend itself if the time comes.
So you're saying I got a mystical team of rabbis that could kill me?
Not the rabbis, but what they made.
What they made? Alright, I'm getting pretty scared right now.
Alright.
I shake this man's hand, I thank him for his time, I show very proper respects to him, and I extricate myself inconspicuously.
Alright, I'll see you pop outside and you'll see what happens in a little bit. Meanwhile, while this is going on, Wraith,
Yeah.
you are approached by, or in the casino. What do you think you're doing? Where
I
are you
was
hitting the
hoping
bar?
to investigate this place.
All right, so why don't you investigate a place of power?
So, what would I be rolling?
This would be power.
This would be power.
Yeah.
Again. Oh, I keep rolling with power.
Power.
It's an 8.
Okay, there is magic here. It's like kind of within the slot machines,
Interesting.
and it's like, well, an 8 you see through it, so you don't see that. You don't know exactly what they're going to do, but there is some kind of magical energy here. So while you're doing this, you are tapped on the shoulder, and you spin around. There is an individual wearing like, he's got like kind of one of those Edwardian, thin collars and like a fancy looking tie and like pinstripes and a little kind of small bowler hat on what looks kind of like a weird frog face. And in the light, his skin looks kind of green. Kind of lizard-like and scaly. And he's like, how you doing? I'm Johnny Kappa.
Could I put a face to a name?
Yes. So roll with Knight for him.
Oh no.
Not so good?
Not so good.
Ooh. Well, you still got to mark it if you don't have Knight already.
What's the total roll?
3.
Whoa, that's real bad.
I have a -1 tonight. So.
Oh no. Okay.
Living standard and proud.
I'll just say you don't know anything about him.
Nope. I don't believe I have the pleasure, my friend.
Hey, that's okay. Everybody likes to know me. Say, you got any cucumbers?
Afraid not.
I'm a guy who loves his cucumbers.
No, but if I ever find any, I know who I can talk to.
Ah, something else.
Yes.
And he leans a little closer. Are you doing Jackpot Jack's dirty work?
So it seems, for the time being.
Let me tell you, that guy's no good. Or rather, he's working for someone who's no good.
I had a feeling he had his dark side.
Yeah, you can say that again. You ever heard of a man named Akashita? Though man isn't exactly the right word.
Would that be another?
Yeah, you can do that if you want to. Put a face to a name. Is that also really bad?
Also with Knight?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Okay.
It's a 6.
He's like, well, you might want to ask your boxer friend about that. Akashita is the one who calls the shots for people like me in the Iron Oni Association. In fact, he sent me here to try and see about recruiting you and maybe some of your friends to the side of the Iron Oni. But look, you just give me a cucumber, I'll be on your side for life.
He really wants the
Very good to
pickles.
know.
That's right. Look, Akashita's crazy. He wants to put the entire world into some kind of war, conquer everything in the name of the Emperor. I just want to swim around in ponds and eat cucumbers. I'm a simple man. That's not the right word, but you know what I mean.
Well, a simple life is always one that's more fulfilling.
Exactly.
So
All right, I'll leave you with that. Don't trust Akashita, and get me some cucumbers.
sure.
And he shifts away. He, of course, heading towards the salad bar
Of course.
after those delicious cucumbers. Yeah, Japanese folklore mythology is kind of little. They got some weird creatures in there.
Interesting, yeah.
Like, of course, the cucumber loving kappa that we all know and love. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So a few things start to happen at this point. For everybody inside,
Jackpot.
there is. Oh, you want to do something real quick?
No, it's a jackpot.
So are you? Oh, right. Yeah, maybe just as you get Woo! Yeah, you just pull that lever on the slot machine and gets to get the 3 cherries
Yeah,
and
it
the
was one
money.
of those, if I had time, I was going to see if I could manipulate the slots.
Oh man, well,
Since I knew there was some magic with them. I was
Yeah.
able to manipulate it.
try and
Trying to
rig
get
them.
back into the game.
Well, there's not much time for that right now because the air inside starts to curdle and shift. It's always a smoky place because everyone's working on cigarettes or I don't know, jazz cigarettes or maybe just enjoying some opium or whatever they got back there. It's a lawless city, so they can enjoy whatever kind of drugs they want. So the air is very smoky, and it starts to form and shift, and then it turns into this figure. It's like diaphanous, a living kind of storm cloud. There is a woman's face in the middle of it, and her long dark hair is flowing out and forming the core of this cloud. And she's clearly supernatural, clearly ghostly, and she starts going poltergeist in this place. So she lifts up a card table, throws it on the door, smashes over the slot machines, cards and poker chips just flying everywhere. It is total chaos. The guards are freaking out, trying to get all the customers out safely. And this is definitely the signal. So, you three inside, what are you guys doing?
So this is the signal. Alright. So I guess we better just head down to the vaults then.
Just in case, I'm gonna channel. So, in case I need it. Oh, there we go. Okay, cool. So I get to hold 3.
Alright, so you guys have channeled up. I will see you make it down to the vaults. On the way down, you guys notice something. Or actually, I'm going to say you notice this. Maybe you're the last in line. You stare back. Let me just reveal this, then we'll see what Istroth wants to do there. And then Junior's thing outside is going to happen to you too, so hold on.
That's what I was gonna say. Are we all there?
Everybody is but Junior.
Chilling outside.
Okay.
Still in safety.
Yeah, well, we'll see. So, you notice that behind you, the casino's defenses have kicked into gear. Some of these slot machines start fusing together, kind of flying up, just connecting through magic, and they form this giant slot machine golem made of 4 or 5 machines with the arms, the mechanics, the gears all clicking into place.
So that's the magic that was associated with those.
That's not something you see every day.
And this giant starts flailing at the ghost woman, not doing the best job. However, right between them, in the middle of these two feuding mythical titans, after he tripped on some cucumber slices, is Mr. Egantre, now trapped and in danger.
I do need him alive. He knows something about what happened to Uncle Peter. But I'm not going... Oh, actually no. I'm going to use the move this way. When I lead people out of danger, roll with blood.
Alright, let's see if you can save him.
So that's a 7. Alright, so don't get away safely, but I do lead them out of danger. Either I get hurt or one of them gets hurt.
Which one are you thinking?
I have the armor, so I'll get hurt.
Okay. I want you to roll real quick, keep your cool, and we'll see how bad it gets.
Alright.
As
Am I
maybe
considered on a hunt for this?
Sure.
Alright. I roll with blood. Thankfully, that's a 7 again.
Okay. I will say you do lose the armor, and you get only 1 faint harm.
Alright.
As, you can write light bruising, as the slot machine golem gives you kind of a quick backhand, as you hustle Egantre to safety.
See? Told you I would protect you.
Oh, thank you. Istroth, what are you doing?
Before moving to the vault, are we all there, and is Riley in any kind of danger?
Oh, right, okay. Yeah. He's not in that much danger right now. He's kind of just standing back, sort of ready to get to the getaway car, waiting for you guys to get that spider's eye.
Alright, if I can signal Junior, I will. But if not, if I don't have a way of doing it, then I'm just going to head towards the vault with this.
I think Junior's outside the door, so you're not quite able to get hit of it.
Okay.
Alright,
so if
you make it
looks
down to the
alright,
vaults.
then I head on down.
Okay, why don't you roll to set the charges? Why don't you do a keep your cool, maybe?
Yep, that's gonna be 7.
Okay.
I have no spirit.
So, not so great.
Nope.
I will say the charges go off. The door blows open. Unfortunately, you did set kind of a fire inside of there.
No.
Some sparks fall into all that neatly stacked money. So there's now a fire burning inside.
Could I use my elementalism in the area, sort of conjuring water to sort of put it out?
Yeah. Why don't you roll? Or you can just mark. Is that when you
spend
mark,
one
or
hold
you
to
gotta roll?
unleash with my magic as a weapon.
Ooh. Okay. Maybe unleash an attack. Like you're attacking the fire. All right.
Yeah.
And then we'll check back with Junior.
Wait. Oh, that's true. I do get. Oh, I completely forgot that I gain an additional hold because of my focus.
Hey.
So, anyways, let's see. I have to figure it. It's been a while since I've played a wizard.
It's under unleash.
Yeah. Well,
This
it's
isn't-
also I didn't know if there was anything specific that, or if it was actually with blood.
No, with the wizard rolls,
It's okay. So it's a straight 6.
But
So
can someone give him some help?
I could say so.
I would.
Like you guys there, you could maybe. I mean, you're all three of you are in the vault. You can like offer some.
I don't know.
I stamp on money.
Yeah. All right. Why don't you roll his faction roll of power and see if.
I got the idea. I got the nice.
nice.
So your power
Yes.
9. So there we go.
All right.
Okay.
So now it's a 7.
Just
Right. I will say you get maybe like take one level of faint harm of like maybe some smoke in the lungs.
Inhalation.
Yeah, but you were able to like you get it out. So most of the money's there, and also sitting there on one of these shelves in the place of honor is the spider's eye, this glowing green orb.
Cool.
That seems to be calling out to you.
Alrighty. That seems to be our quarry.
That was the thing we needed, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you guys scoop it up. All right, you grab it and back up like Jack Riley is there, beckoning you, like bring the eye, hurry.
Sure.
Did you guys get the money as well?
If you want money, you're gonna have to get it yourself. I don't particularly care.
Yeah, I was just wondering if you guys did it. It's more of a bonus at this point.
Look, some of it is charred, I will say.
Nah.
Yeah, someone packed way too many explosives.
Meanwhile, Junior,
If it
you were
was- If it
outside.
was from my friend Mr. Sue, then I can understand that.
Mr. Soup's explosive. I mean, well, I don't know they were the best. They worked.
2 for good measure.
Look, they did the job. Mr. Sue is his character from our like 1920s arc, so just the one before this one.
You always had the explosives.
Yeah, he's definitely the demolitionist, the mad bomber kind of.
So a little bit too much charge in the charge.
I think
And I have
so.
extra than less.
Yeah, right.
So outside, you're watching all this when you see a lone kind of familiar figure watching the casino from this Badlands alley across the way. You recognize him by like eyes are sort of glowing, flickering, like there's lightning in them, and of course that giant red tongue.
It's Akashita.
That's right.
Ah, that bastard.
So Akashita like is beckoning you over with a weird claw-like hand.
Let's go see what's up. You know, what am I gonna do? I got a casino fire on one hand, and I got a demon summoning me on the other hand. Let's go to the demon.
So Akashita says, Junior, you're not inside helping out? Putting those knuckles I gave you to good use?
These are just for worst case scenario. I'm a human. These supernatural people don't need my help. Look at them. They're badasses. They're killing machines. I'm but a man.
He's like, well, we all start somewhere. And we all have a part to play.
Well, I've played my part. I'm a lookout.
And you're doing a great job of that. Speaking of parts to play, do you know what part our friend Jackpot Jack Riley is going to play tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
Yes. He's going to hand the spider's eye to me over at the Shanghai Club.
And then what will you do with the spider's eye after?
He thinks for a little bit and he's like, well, I believe answer to that might be whatever I want.
Akashita, I always knew you were up to no good, man. I always knew you were up to no good.
Says the man who killed another in what should
That was an
have been
accident.
An accident. And he's like giving you a big smile. And he's like, are you sure? Or is it just that you really wanted to see your opponent die?
Akshita. I know you fronted me some money, and I'm grateful for that. But once I've squared that, you're gonna have to deal with me.
He's like, well, I will tell you this. Tomorrow, make sure that the transaction of Riley giving me the eye at the Shanghai Club goes off without a hitch. If that occurs, maybe I'll wipe away your debt. But I'm not sure it will matter. You are a degenerate opium fiend. You'll come crawling back at some point.
What if the exchange doesn't happen?
Then I will be very upset with you.
I didn't even get it, okay? I'm out here. Upset with me. Be upset with the 3 supernatural people inside of the casino.
He's like, well, thank you for stating your opinion. Now, if you excuse me, I have a ghost woman to get back under control.
I gotta go back in the casino. I gotta see if my guys are doing alright.
Alright, so he fades away into the shadows. You cross the way into the casino. Just as these 3 come out with Riley into his getaway car. He's got a neat, like, touring car, all ready to go there. As you're rushing across, that slot machine golem, like, smashes through the door, Kool-Aid Man style, intent on following you. What are you guys doing to stop it and to make your getaway?
Well, I wonder if this will work. Take out my bow and a blessed arrow. Don't know if this will actually have any effect, but it's illegal gambling, so I'm pretty sure the Holy Water will do something to it.
Well, let's find out. Roll Unleash an attack.
Alright. Blood, that is a 13.
Whoa. Alright, so you can take extra harm, or inflict terrible harm, or take something from it.
Right, so my bow, it's 4 harm, and it's blessed. Just for damage. And,
You
take
could
something from
take
it.
out one of its legs to slow it down.
I'm going to take away its ability to be a slot machine.
Whoa, so how does that work?
All of the slots on it short circuit. It can never be used as a slot machine ever again.
Oh man, if you
It
knew that
has lost
Flacco
its
hates
purpose.
gambling.
It has lost its purpose. You are now
Whoa.
just a golem.
Oh man. Alright, so all the slots go to like no, tilts for pinball machines. they all spin to like,
maybe.
you know, the jackpot. All these coins start like leaking out of them, and now they can no longer be slot machines. Just this like big living slot machine golem stuck in the middle of the city.
I don't know. That didn't actually stop it, did it?
I mean, it slowed it down for a little bit.
Well, I won the moral victory. I'm happy.
And you did a decent amount of damage to it.
Yeah, 4 damage.
I think so. So maybe one more hit will finish it off or slow it down.
Cool. I will try to go up to it and incapacitate it by either removing whatever it can use as a brain or like its upper portion, something like that.
Yeah, I feel like a slot machine is ahead. That's all slot machines. That would be a good one to hit.
Sweet, that's 11.
Whoa, nice.
Nice.
All right, going for terrible harm or take something.
I am going for the kill if possible, so that's gonna be 4 harm total.
Okay, I would say, yeah, you take it out.
Okay.
You just like, you going into your demon form?
Yeah, I already went into that.
Oh,
when
right,
we went
yes.
down to the vault. Yeah, we sort of charged up in a way. I have that move as well.
All right.
Yeah, demonic weapon.
So with a swing, what does your demonic form look like, I should say?
It's actually quite shadowy. But out of that smoke and sort of shadow comes out these like really terrible claws that are able to just, I guess, get under the right groove
Yeah, and just like
and then pop it off.
take out its head. All the gears rain down and the golem collapses. So because of this, you guys zoom your way to victory. So, tomorrow morning, at around brunch time is when the transfer will be held at the Shanghai Club. Jack Rowley invites you guys along. Is there anything you guys are like mentioning to each other? Maybe before that, as you
So we
as
still,
you have a
we still have
celebratory
it?
drink somewhere else in Shanghai.
Do we still have the eye?
Riley has it.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I'm gonna give it to you.
No, I was hoping to possibly find a way that we can switch it out with a dud. I
Oh,
don't
okay.
particularly want it in the hands of any of these people.
Oh, does the Gundry owe me a debt for saving his life?
Yes, he does.
All right.
So you'll see him again in just a little bit.
I've been told by many people that both sides of this deal are not the greatest people.
They never are in the criminal underworld. And we don't know what that sputter's eye does.
All I know is that it is very powerful and very, very dark.
You know what? It can't be all that powerful if we're allowed to hold on to it. What do you? Is Jack around?
Are you like sending this conversation in the getaway car?
Sort of. I want to get his attention. Yeah.
Oh,
That's
okay.
what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make him think that like he's not really holding on to anything that great.
Oh, okay. Why don't you give me a persuade? Because you're lying to him. Or no, sorry, mislead, distract, or trick.
6. Shit.
I'll help you out.
Minus
If you want to, or I can.
Well,
I mean, I can. Now, my research was a little vague. I may have misread some things. So
when I
Okay.
saw the guy who owned it, he doesn't seem like he knows what he's doing anyways.
you're wild.
Cool.
That's 10.
Nice.
Okay, it brings up to a 7. You can create an opportunity, confuse him.
So
What are you thinking here?
So I'm gonna confuse so that say, you know, if you really want, I'm not sure what your goal is with this, but if it's money, you're looking in the wrong place. If it's power, I know someone who can gift you an immense amount of power where they would probably laugh at this trinket.
He's like, all right, I'm listening. Or wait, no, he has Oklahoman accent. He's been away from his home for a while. He's like, all right, well, here's the thing. I don't really care much about it myself, but the buyer I got lined up, who I'm meeting tomorrow at the Shanghai Club, he's willing to pay big time. So that's why I want it, so I can sell it to him. And I want you guys around me to make sure a transaction goes off without a hitch. You got another buyer who might be interested. Maybe he's willing to make a better offer. Hey, I'm all ears. Why don't you have him meet us there too? Maybe we can get a little bidding war going on. And Jackpot Jack can jack up the price even more.
Oh, I assure you, money's not in their interest because their ability will give you something beyond money. But
You can definitely sell it for money.
that's up to you if you wish to do so.
All right. He's like, well, like I said, have him meet us at the Shanghai Club tomorrow. And we'll see. Are any of you guys revealing like what you learned about who this buyer is, and you're gonna try and stop this? or-
Well,
I don't know who.
I might have to.
Okay.
yeah, I would like to sort of add. If you don't mind, I would like to hang on to the eye.
No, I think I'll keep on. I think I'll keep hold on it.
I need to talk
So,
away from Jackpot Jack. Is there a way?
I will say
Sorry.
during our exchange.
Yeah, I'll get
very-
to that opportunity in just a sec here.
During the exchange, I could very easily hang on to it as sort of safekeeping if you don't feel that you are comfortable with it.
Maybe at the time. I think you're gonna need to roll. Maybe persuade, but it's gonna be. We'll see how you do.
All right.
You really bad?
3.
He's like, I'm gonna hold on to it.
All right.
Nothing personal. So I will say the getaway car drops you guys off at one of the numerous
Of course, when the counts.
sleazy saloons in the Badlands. Maybe someplace called Blood Alley. Fun name for a real place in Shanghai at that time. And over drinks in this old bar, think Junior has something to say here.
man. Hey guys, I walk over to the bar. I casually pull out a wad of charred money that I gathered somehow.
If you slipped in, grabbed
And I
it.
exchange it with a secret handshake with the bartender. That is a common Shanghai handshake, which is to say I want opium.
Oh yeah, he's like, yeah, I got the cushion, the pipe, it's all ready.
I told him in so many words, keep the cushion. Just give me the pipe real quick. A short pipe, please. I'm trying to be discreet here.
Like, let me just discreetly smoke opium.
Yes, discreetly smoke
All
opium.
right.
When you're in non-opium smoking company, you don't want to just have the,
Yeah, that's
magnum
true.
opium pipe. You need a condensed version. Anyway, so I light up. I smoke a little opium. My twitches immediately go away. I'm starting to feel relaxed, and I'm ready to open up to you guys about what I've learned. Hey guys, I gotta tell you something. It's
You're
really
an addict.
important to know. I feel like that part is self-evident. I am, if you must know. But it's something that pertains more to the interests of the common good, which I guess you paragons of justice are interested in. Something that I don't really care too much about. The spider's eye is deeper than Jackpot Jack. That guy is a fool. All he cares about is money. He can be easily bribed by the highest bidder. Whoever comes along with the most money will control his favor. It's Akashita that wants the spider's eye.
Oh.
And this demonic bastard Akashita will do anything he can to get his hands on it currently. I feel that means that we shouldn't be allowed to... I just slumped down. I'm passed out. You guys don't get the rest of the story.
Wake up!
Man,
This is par for the course.
Too much opium.
Alright, guys. Does anybody have any injectable cocaine, by the way?
I'm just gonna throw a glass of water in your face. Yeah.
Yeah. Where were we? Akashita.
Akashita, yes.
Spider's eye. Lord knows what he's going to do with it. It's definitely nothing good. And I'm trying to maintain my non-violence here. I believe some violence is incoming if he gets his hands on this.
Alright.
So we have to figure something out.
We kill Akashita.
Kill Akashita? That's a suicide mission.
I've learned that the biggest thing to do in these types of situations, kill the head demon, and everything goes back to normal.
My knowledge
Only that was
is that you kill one head, but another one will come to. It's very much like a Hydra. If you think about it.
Hate those things. When it's so difficult to kill them, there's never fire around. Long story. You don't need to hear it right now.
You fought a Hydra?
It's small.
First of all, those things aren't real.
Yeah, you would think,
You'd be
man.
surprised.
I've seen some
Alright, you guys are tripping me out. I thought I was the addict here.
My
Poor
addiction is
Junior.
knowledge, my friend.
If only you knew.
Maybe we could destroy the spider's eye.
At the very least, we need to keep it away from him.
If we give Akashita nothing, we're gonna die.
I may be able to acquire a lookalike that may serve for a time, and I do know a place where we may be able to keep the eye for permanence.
Okay.
Safekeeping.
All right. So why don't we what's any other business you want to take care of in the bar? Let's have you try and build that decoy.
Yeah. I was actually hoping to talk to someone in the Nemean Club. See
Oh,
if
sure.
They might be able to, since I know what it looks like and sort of.
All right. I will say so. Like the meeting is set when the buy will occur. It'll be like kind of mid-morning. But you get there a little bit early. Who are you seeking out in the international settlement?
Let's see. Let's go with Sergeant Gale.
Okay.
So I'm gonna hit the streets. I'm guessing
Okay.
Mr. Gale would be able to acquire more.
Yeah.
Woo. There we go. With mortality, that's an 8, and I level up.
Ooh. Very cool. All right, so I'm gonna say you can pick one.
Sure.
He's gonna have his own issues, and he's not gonna be able to, or he'll be able to provide some kind of assistance
Okay.
to help you like interrupt the transaction, but he won't give you a decoy. Or he'll have a decoy, but like it won't stand up to close scrutiny. He will either arrange to have like Sergeant Gallet is like he's a leading power in the police of the international settlement, which includes a lot of Sikhs, as he is.
Yeah.
And he's also like a member of the Namian Club.
Yeah, knowing his father, he was very trustworthy.
Yeah. So he will arrange to have like a strong police presence who can swoop in and help you. Or he can give you that fake, but it won't stand up to scrutiny. He's not like a wizard. He's just a just a cop.
So
it'll be
would
like
I
a
be able
Christmas
to
tree
combine-
ornament.
So if I do procure the item, would I be able to go over to my sanctum and see if I can better it?
Yeah, you would have to roll for that, but yes.
Yeah. So I think I will. I'll take the item and then see if I can manipulate it myself.
Okay. So why don't you roll
Roll
the sanctum?
My sanctum.
Yeah.
Ooh, here we go.
Could be good.
Spirit is. It's a 9. It's still lacking in a
Okay.
significant way, but I think it's
So it's
better.
definitely better, but like it won't.
Yeah.
Lakashita gives it a really good look. It won't quite
Yeah.
go through.
Yeah.
All right. So the next day, Riley meets you at the entrance to the Shanghai Club, and he's just like he's wearing like a nice seersucker outfit for strolling in the sun, and he's like, right this way, gonna do a little bit of croquet on the green, I suppose. He takes you through like the big hallway. It's a very elaborate, kind of nice, lots of palm trees, big beautiful grass, full English garden outside. A little bit of the English countryside has been, thanks to imperialism, plopped in the middle of China. You can see Sir Lionel Livingston is like maybe enjoying some cricket with some of his friends out there on a green a bit further down. In a gazebo, Oyabun Akashita, as well as Johnny Kappa are there waiting for you. And there's a few other people who kind of intervene as you're walking over. Flacco, Egantre kind of bumps into you. And he's like, you saved my life the other night.
It's what I do. Not just for you, but everyone else.
That is something I completely understand, because I am also a great hero who saves lives whenever I can.
Sure you are.
Well, that's why I'm telling you this. You stole the spider's eye from me, correct?
Well, I personally didn't. I don't know about the rest of them.
Okay, well, guilt by association. But anyway, the spider's eye is a connection to a powerful demonic being known as Belial. I would suggest not letting it fall into the wrong hands. I will do my best to assist from the sidelines, as long as it doesn't have to affect me, or I don't have to work too hard to help you.
We were here to get rid of the spider's eye anyway. And I'm willing to help you, Igantri. But I need something from you afterwards. We need to talk, you and I.
Well, I'll see about that.
No, we won't see about it. We will do something about it. Which means we will talk. Yes?
Also, as you guys are heading off, you, Wraith and Istroth, you were approached by two individuals who, you certainly know one of them. It is Kang Keching and also Mr. Su. They have kind of infiltrated this place.
Yes, I know both.
This is one of the, due to the extreme racism of the time, this is a place if you're like actually Chinese, you might not be let in here, so they kind of have to sneak in. But they managed to do it. These guys are, they're skilled at what they can do. And they're like, they kind of, they let Jack get a little bit ahead. And Kang says to you, you're really going to give it to that demon over there in the gazebo?
That was not the plan. I do have this, and I'll pull out the decoy. I was hoping to exchange this for the real one and give this to the demon, but I first need to procure the original, who it currently is in the possession of.
Mr. Sue says, and what will happen to the original after you make the switch?
Well, I had planned on keeping it in, I don't know if you know of a place called Shangri-La.
He's like, oh, I have very much heard of that. But I do not think such a horrible creation should go there. I will tell you this, you can give it to me. Perhaps I can find a place for it. And Kang says, it is just another example of a terrible thing that foreigners have brought to my country. But if you give it to me, maybe I can convince, or Mr. Sue, maybe I can convince him, or if I could get it, perhaps it could be used for good. For a revolution that can turn this country into something good.
You have a way of taking something bad and using it for good? Do you have a way of keeping it somewhere even safer?
She's like, I'm not sure about safer, but I'll give it to people who can use it for a worthy cause.
Why don't we just destroy the thing, guys?
That's what I advocated.
Yeah, like, why should we trust this person with it more
From
than
my
the other?
experience, objects like these with great power are not the easiest to destroy, or if you do destroy them, there is a great cost.
Yeah, probably Belial will be quite upset if you destroy his eye.
Yes. No.
I mean, you could try. It might be possible, but who knows what bad results could occur.
Yes. Miss Keishing, would you be willing to let me know who these people are that you plan to give this to?
She's like, well, I do trust you. You kept my secrets about some of the spirits that work with me. I think you may need to roll a persuade for this, or calm the dead.
I would like to do so, actually. Yes.
Okay. I give you that nice +3 to a persuade.
It does, yes.
It's always nice to
Come
go.
on.
Excellent. Persuade is heart, which is nothing, plus the 3. It's 11, actually.
Ooh, nice. All right, so she'll tell you.
Thank you, plus 3.
She gets kind of a far-off look in her eye, and she's like, there's a growing power in this country who believe that the people should rule China. A few years ago, gangsters and the Kuomintang worked together to slaughter them in the streets of this city. They went into the country on a long march. I've been helping them trying to get to safety, but I slipped back here to check on the old contacts. I'm speaking of the Communist Party and of Mao. We're going to give this country a better future. And maybe the Spider's Eye could play a part in that.
It's a possibility, but hard to really tell what people's intentions are.
Mr. Sue is like, I agree. If you can give it to me, I will try and keep it safe. Maybe such a thing shouldn't even be in mortal hands.
I would tend to agree with you, Mr. Sue, in that regard.
You can tell Kei-Shing Kei-Shing is pretty upset about that comment.
I will say Mr. Sue I owe Mr. Sue a debt. So
Ooh, okay. He might call it in after you can, but he'll probably wait until you can actually try and get it.
Now, Miss Kei-Shing, I know the information that you have given me has been very, very much appreciated. If you are willing to assist me in procuring the original, we can go from there.
Okay.
I don't
How
I
much
don't
you need
have
to
any-
roll for it?
Yeah,
'Cause
I
she's
can
like, oh yeah, give me a persuade, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, straight 6.
All right. She's like, well, I don't want to reveal myself too soon.
Very well. I understand that.
So, you guys head out. You go over to the grass. in that gazebo, Akashita is there, like, waiting for you.
So, before we get there,
Oh, you want to try and make the trade?
I would like to use one of my new powers that I got from leveling up, which is Veil, which I can make myself invisible from sight for a few moments, and while I'm invisible, I would like to make the trade.
Okay. So you become invisible. To make the trade, I think you will do a roll.
Who has some high mind by any chance?
I have a 1 with mind.
1.
I could see keep your cool because you're trying to avoid being detected.
Sure.
And
I
one
could
of us
see you
can
let it out for this.
try
What
to
do you think you would
distract
roll?
him.
I mean, I guess they're
feel like
both
we
with
should plan it
spirit.
out.
I mean,
Maybe a mislead, distract, or trick. If you want to do with mind, I could see a lot of
in the
those
tunnel,
for,
right?
for this. For
Oh,
this,
yeah.
this whole
He's
switcheroo.
gonna go to hell
Yeah.
once he finds the.
yeah.
The decoy.
Well, if it doesn't work, I do have another plan.
All right. So which one would you roll to make the switch?
Let's do. We'll try keep your cool. If that doesn't work, if I'm found out, I will do another thing that I have.
All right. Well, I think it's gonna go down after you. What happened?
No,
Is it real bad?
it's 5.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
And you can It's so bad you can't even help.
No,
Can't
no
even
help
do
from
it,
there.
yeah.
Can't even know.
So yeah, my other plan was to.
All
if
right.
it doesn't
So
work,
you get right out. Akashita's like, finally, and he's like looking over the green. He's like, look at this place. The Westerners have come into Asia, built trying to extend their empires, drive the conquered under their heel. That time is over. Soon enough, this place will all be ground into dust. And there will be a new empire emanating from Japan, which controls, and then he sees, like, the fake one floating in the air, and the real, and he's like, wait a minute!
Oh,
Riley!
God.
You dog! You and your friends trying to betray me.
Wait, that was all him.
You're all in league with this. I knew this would happen. And a few things start happening. He starts, like, glowering, getting very red and large. His tongue dangles down. There's like lightning flashing all around him. Also, he has called in some reinforcements. Coming out of hidden in the garden is a platoon of Tengu,
Yeah, thank you.
Tengu.
which are kind of like which are like these sort of Japanese gargoyle type creatures with kind of like reddish faces, like large noses, nasty teeth and claws and wings. And they start swooping down out of the sky, going for that eye. So at this point, we're going to do a little roll initiative, which is like everybody's going to roll keep your cool, so we can kind of see what order we go in here. And then the baddies will go last.
This is what happens when you fail your stealth roll.
Yeah.
I should have just stolen it and wiped its memory.
Well, too late now.
It's too late now. Yeah.
Anybody get 12 or above for keep your cool?
Keep your cool, which is 7. I got an 11.
Ooh, okay. Nobody got higher than 11?
Would this be a hunt for me?
Yeah, I'll say so. That's okay. They're like,
So if it's a hunt, that's a 12 for me.
There you go.
okay, so our first is Flacco, then Wraith. Anybody get a 10 or 9? Then we got a 9 for Junior, and then I think Istroth is bringing up the.
Yep, yeah, I got 7.
Okay, and then, all right, so got the cool battle music. Flacco, you got the Tengu swooping down. Right now, I'm gonna say Akashita's tongue is like lashing out, curling around the serpent's eye. I mean, the spider's eye. What are you doing?
I'm going to put an arrow to that tongue.
Oh man, I hate it when that happens.
No. So,
It's an arrow, so it's fine.
7. It's a partial success.
Okay, which one are you gonna pick?
Right, so on a hit, I'm going to take away the tongue's ability to move, so I'm just going to pin it to the floor.
Oh, brutal.
Oh.
All right, that
That
arrow
does
stabs.
4 damage, and I guess I'll find myself in a bad spot.
Okay, so I'm gonna say the spider's eye leaves the tongue, rolls over on the ground. The bad spot is the 2 Tengu rush over, scoop you up, and start trying to carry you away, flying monkey style.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna have you roll a keep your cool.
Where are they taking me?
Listen to the sky to drop you to your death.
9?
Okay. I'm gonna say you take one more faint harm of like,
Alright. No, it is grievous.
yeah, you get like gouged arms as their claws cut into you.
Ow.
All right, next, Wraith.
That didn't work. So both the items are still in my possession. So
No, not quite. Remember, because
Well-
you rolled so badly, the tongue was able to pull it away. He
Before
shot it
it
with an
got
yeah.
hit? Yeah.
He shot it with an arrow. So the real spider's
did he
eye.
drop it?
Yes, because the arrow hit the tongue. So the real spider's eye is rolling around on the ground,
Okay.
rolling over the grass like just another cricket
Yeah.
ball.
I will use one of my hold from channeling to teleport over to it and then grab it.
Okay. Use him over and pick it up.
Okay.
And now, a bunch of those Tengu are swooping down for you.
Okay. I don't know. Yeah, I can't.
I'll say they'll reach you unless someone wants to help. They'll reach you real soon.
Sure.
Junior.
I'm gonna take the wildest swing I can possibly at the Tengu that are attacking Wraith.
Ooh, good idea. All right.
And I haven't thrown a punch in a long time, so who knows how it's gonna go. But we're just gonna see.
Yeah. All right, you get that spike brass knuckle.
Yep.
Give me unleash an attack. So roll an aggregate blood. That looks pretty good though. It's like a
So it's a 10.
yeah, that's a super success. So you get to pick one from that top list. Either you're doing terrible harm to these Tengu, or you take something from them, which could be like you free Wraith or save Wraith.
Would terrible harm somehow save him? Like stop him from being attacked? If
I would say
the
it would
Tengu
maybe.
bad enough.
I would say it like kills one Tengu, but the other one's still going after him. The other choice is you free him and you do some damage to both of them, but they're like on you.
He'd be ostensibly able to continue to fight against one of them versus two of them. He's a pretty strong fighter, you know.
Well, I mean he's a wizard. I don't know how
I don't know.
good he is at hand to hand.
All
He
right.
has some cool spells.
You know what? I'm gonna do some damage to both of them. I'm gonna save Wraith.
But... Whoa, very good. All right, you step in there. You're like punching, jabbing, tearing into Tengu bodies with that spiky fist. They are both held back, and Wraith, you clutching the spider's eye, crawl away and are safe for the moment. Istroth.
Awesome. All right. So, is Riley doing okay at the moment? Jackpot, Jack.
I would say not the best. Like right now, I'm gonna say some Tengu are coming down and have like dug into his body and is trying to carry him away. He's going for a pistol to fire back at them, but they're overwhelming him.
All right. Then I'm gonna swoop in because I rolled on my or my demon inside. I changed it, so I got some movement, demonic flight, and some extra harm. So I'm gonna go after them. Meet them where they are fighting
nice.
best.
Attack from the sky.
So I'm coming up to them before they hopefully can get to them.
All right, so let's roll attack.
So that is 11.
Sweet.
Whoa, very good.
Yeah. 8
All right.
plus 3.
Which one are you picking from that top list?
I'm gonna make sure that first off I'm gonna be doing 4 harm, and then I'm gonna take something from them. So maybe if it's enough to kill one, awesome. If not, I'd like to take like its arms off or something like that, or like its sight, like slash it in its face so it can't go after.
Whoa, I say you definitely do that.
Okay, sweet.
All right, so you guys have done some damage to the Tengu horde. You have got
You're still being carried away. You're still being carried away.
I think so.
Wraith. You've got the spider's eye. You are like dashing up the green. You can see further back. Kang Kitching and Mr. Su are there, sort of watching things. Maybe willing to help if you need it. Egontre is kind of hanging out there too. But they're sort of hanging back, kind of waiting to see what exactly is going to happen here. Also, what happens is Akashita is like very tired of this. As he's going up into the clouds. First of all, he was an order to Johnny Kappa, who dashes after you. Because Kappa, like, he wants to go his own way, but he's still You know, he's got to be loyal to the boss. Or do you? In Junior's case. But he's dashing after you. So you have this like angry lizard man coming for you.
Okay.
And then Akashita, he kind of sends lightning bolts out of himself, smashing into all of you. So I need everybody to rule and keep your cool. You get 10 plus, you're all good. 7 and 9 or lower. Oh no. Dice everywhere. Anybody get a 10 plus?
I got a 9.
Okay.
If anyone can help.
Oh man.
I don't think you can at this moment.
Anybody? Alright, so
Cannot.
Dang.
if you got a 7 to 9, you take 1 more level of faint. You might get into grieveness of like lightning burns. As lightning smashes down from the sky. Wraith, I'm gonna say the lightning Wraith, do you get a 7 to 9 or a fail?
9.
Okay. You're still upright, but you get like kind of zapped. And Kappa is able to catch up with you.
Okay.
Anybody get 6 or below? Fail.
7.
Whoa, okay, so
Okay.
could
Barely
be worse.
survived.
That might put you in, grievous, a very lightning struck, but you're all sizzling. Okay. Flacco, back to you.
Am I still being carried by the Tengu?
Oh yeah, they're still kind of lifting him off the ground, yeah. You didn't go too far.
Okay, so I'm still alright. In that case, I can't really use my bow with them carrying me, so I'm going to try and draw my sword. Just reach down and just...
Whoa, very cool. Can we unleash an attack?
That is a 13.
Whoa.
Wow.
I'm
Yeah,
going to-
Hunter is very good at fighting.
So I'm gonna do terrible harm. That's 4 harm altogether with a blessed holy sword.
Oh yeah, I think you kill both these Tengu. You just like swing over. How do you want it? You just behead them both, you think, or take out their limbs? Or...
Well, as one of them go to drop me and everything, I use that opportunity to just grab my sword, kill one, and then drive it into the back of the other and ride him down.
All right, I'm gonna have to. I like this. I'm gonna have you roll maybe escape a situation, maybe keep your cool, or I think actually maybe let it out could be the one for this.
Let it out.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that. I am not cool with that. I am not cool with that at all. I am horrible with that. That is a 4.
Okay. Here's the bad thing that happens. You surf the dying Tengu down. Unfortunately, it smashes right into Wraith. Yeah. You all collapse together. The spider's eye falls out of his hands, and Johnny Kappa captures it.
Dang it.
He just grabbed. He's like, "Boss, I got it!"
Oh man.
Johnny, I got a cucumber for you.
His eyes light up. Wraith, it is your turn.
You got magic, right? Fry him. It's super effective against them.
He's a Pokemon?
I wouldn't be surprised if there was a Kappa Pokemon.
Oh, I think
I'm sure there is.
I think there must be.
Yeah, at least a Kappa based. Let's see.
We can pop back to you, Wraith, if you want to give it some
It's one of
thought.
those like. How far away is Johnny?
Johnny Cap is like right next to you.
Okay.
He has just grabbed it out of your hands after you were like kind of knocked down by that fallen Tengu.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to memory wipe him, and I'm pulling a Nigantri, and basically I'm going to make it so that he thinks that he didn't grab the actual one, he grabbed the fake.
Ooh, okay. Alright, so mark that.
Mark that corruption.
So he takes a few steps away and he's like, "I don't want this worthless bauble!" And just chucks it over his shoulder.
Can I try and grab it out of the air?
No, it's rolling around the grass, heading further away. Junior.
Man. Is anybody in danger currently?
Um,
How's the Tengu situation?
They're still like winging around everywhere. A lot of them have been killed, but they're still relatively strong.
And we still got the big guy up and running.
Oh. How's the Johnny Kappa situation?
He's very confused.
He's just kind of out there.
Yeah, he is. He just got mind wiped, and he's let the real spider's eye roll away.
Wow. And then the largest enemy has Akashita flown. He's flown away.
No, he's still like on the ground. He's just kind of like sending up the lightning into the air.
Man,
And remember, his tongue is pinned to the earth.
I would like to approach Akashita, and I'd like to give him a good wallop right in his head and see if that affects the lightning whatsoever.
All right, he just looks over at Junior. I gotta imagine how it'd be to have your tongue pierced and stabbed. I'm not gonna really stab my tongue to the table. Ugh. All right, well, give an attack roll on him. I will say he's already weakened thanks to that.
Oh man, 5.
That's not helping that.
Nope.
All right, doesn't quite go through.
Well, it is a demon, so
All right, you take a swing. I want you to roll. Keep your cool.
8.
Okay, so not so bad. Before he like sees you coming, as you're reeling back, he sends another blast of lightning your way.
Dang.
I don't think. Let's see. Do I want him to get to? I will say you're gonna take one more level of harm.
So I have 1 Grievous now.
Yeah. Another
I got
bad
lightning
burn.
blasted.
Yes,
Twice.
another lightning blast, trying to sort of knock you back. So not quite able to reach him. And then he starts to get a little, starting to fade, turn to a storm cloud, realizing he might need to go to the air or make an escape. What is Istroth doing?
I will try to stop that escape if I possibly can.
Whoa.
Swoop in for another attack.
All right, roll an attack on him.
Because you're doing better, right?
I'm at,
Well, you smashed into Wraith, but like you both are.
I'm at 2 Grievous. I'm
I
not
can't
going
heal
to-
you. I can't. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna try to see if I can go after
Akashita.
Akashita. Thank you.
Kashida.
Swooping in.
Oh man.
You hate to see it happen, folks. You hate to see it happen.
Yeah, that's a snake eyes.
Oh no! All right, I want you to roll. Keep your cool.
12. No. 9.
Can I help a little bit with that?
Yeah. I mean, you can like throw some fire his way to.
Yeah, just shoot another arrow. I'm not going to hit it, but hopefully that will distract him a bit.
Yeah. So roll into hand.
Lend a hand. It's not gonna work out, buddy. Sorry. That's a 4.
Oh
Nope.
no.
So something's gonna cost me.
Okay. So I'm gonna say, the lightning blast hits you, and as you fall away, you hear like the Demogorgon's voice in your ears, saying like, "You have failed me far too many times." And he starts to take away your demonic form.
Oh.
So it starts to fade away, leaving you in your frail mortal shell.
Oh,
Oh
crap.
man.
All right.
Alright. Lose that.
So I'm gonna say at this point, the spider's eye has rolled all the way back to the end. I'm gonna be like, say Wraith and Flacco, because you guys are kind of the furthest away. You're with it. You were able to like reach it, and you see there is Gantre, Mr. Sue, Sir Lionel Livingston is a bit further back. He's rushed over, still in his cricket whites, and King Keching. So one of these guys has to get that eye, or you could try and take yourself and make a run for it. But Akashita's going to go after you. Who are you going to try and give the eye to?
Again, why don't we just try to destroy it?
You can try and do that.
On team destruction.
All right. So who's going to try and destroy it?
We gotta get it first.
Well, they have it.
Yeah.
They got it.
Oh, okay.
His little ruse
Give it away.
with Johnny Kappa worked perfectly, so
Oh, that's right. Yes.
they're able to reclaim it.
Are you with me on this, Rafe? Because otherwise, give it to Mr. Sue. He seems like the best one out of
It
them.
does, yes.
You can use maybe like an elemental attack on it.
That's what I was thinking, but I would need to channel again. So I'm gonna do that. Just
It's all right. I mean, the Akashita is pretty distracted by these guys. So.
And meanwhile, I'm going to shoot it with a holy arrow.
Whoa. Okay. Yeah. You can both participate in this, or maybe hold off because you might need to roll.
jeez.
to assist.
So I have one, but I can't channel again in this scene.
Okay, it's all right.
So it's our last bit of magic.
This might be the last. Yeah.
This is I don't have very much power right now. I seem to have used most of it. I don't know if I'll have enough ability.
All right. Why don't you give me a let it out? How we do?
Actually, a 10.
Sweet.
Whoa. All right. So what does this look like? What kind of energy are you using to bring onto this orb?
Let's see. Do you think with that roll I can sort of gleam what kind of like power it's sort of made?
Yeah.
It's sort of made out of.
This is a way. It's the demon Belial, sort of the powerful spidery monster that behind Piotr from the main game is behind this,
Okay.
and it's a way to like contact and use that, get that demon's allegiance.
Okay. I think I'm actually going to, because I believe the power that I gained from Solanisa is very similar from my studies.
Okay.
So I'm actually going to channel. It's still like slightly different enough that I think it'll disrupt it, but I'm going to basically dig deep into the source of my power and sort of channel that into it and disrupt it.
Okay. So you were able to, with that high roll, Spider's eye blinks, shakes, is full of cracks, and then shatters. But you can see that each of these fragments turns into a little spider. And they start crawling away in different directions, scattering.
No, that's not good.
Mm-hmm. And maybe one of them lands on you, Wraith. And we'll have to see what happens as the demon Belial is going to be upset at you, or maybe see this as an opportunity to gain some control over you.
If I continue this,
Yeah, well, we'll have to see what happens. But I think with that, the spider's eye destroyed, Akashita realizes, like, this is a losing fight. He's gonna slip away into a storm cloud and make his escape.
Without his tongue.
Yeah, he lets his tongue go. There's a weird demon tongue stuck in the ground now.
I'm taking it as a trophy.
Alright, awesome. You can turn it into a fun, like, belt. I don't know. Very strange. But
I mean,
that is
sell
where...
it in black market. Owning tongue might be expensive.
Oh, it's delicious, too. And that is where we're going to bring this episode to a close. So, we don't need to do those ending moves, because it's just kind of a one-shot, though I do hope some of these characters return. But I want to know, what do you think happens to them as the 1930s go on? We get into the 40s and World War II, and that Japanese invasion that Akashita mentions that kind of brings this whole international city to a very fiery and bloody end. What happened? Do they stay in the city? Do they like move on? What happens to them as time progresses? Maybe we'll start with Flacco Irvin over there.
All right. So, Flacco's going to track down Egantri because he still had that suspicion that he knew something. So, he does question Egantri, and he spills the beans because you know how he is. He's a fucking coward.
Yeah,
He's gonna plead for his life and everything. I didn't know. That thing
It
was
was an
sold to me by
accident.
other people.
I wanted the
just
spider
used
to
it.
help.
I just wanted the spider to help. I killed the spider. That should be good, right? And Flacco's just like, no, you have to take responsibility for what you've done. As everyone does. Yes. So, goodbye, Mr. Egantri. And Flacco shoots him in the head with a shotgun.
Whoa!
That's for you, Uncle Piotr.
Oh man, are you killing off Egantri? Like, you know?
No,
He's
he's immortal.
Oh, that is true.
Flacco just walks away, probably heads into, the annals of history. He is this great demon hunter and everything. Not 5 minutes after he does that, Egantri's head kind of sputs a little bit. It just regrows it. I am immortal. Glad I am. Glad that actually worked. Okay. You hear that, Mr. Sue? It works. I gotta get the hell out of here. And he runs. Live another day.
Wow. Poor Egantre. We'll be checking with him later. What about Istroth?
Istroth.
Who has maybe displeased Belial, or not Demogorgon, for the last time.
So he's no longer Istroth. He's now back to Anik. He's stripped of that demon. And because he thinks he's free, he starts going back into the catacombs of the local areas and other places and starts pilfering things that he shouldn't be touching. And
More fun grave robbing.
I was gonna say, perhaps another entity is displeased with him for touching the sacrificial site of where his.
I mean, I know you
trophies
talked
would be
about
left.
maybe Baba Yaga or you there could be a new potential demonic patron.
So maybe he runs into the forest thinking he's safe afterwards with all these trinkets, but stumbles into someone else's death. I just can't see him getting out clean.
I think so.
Not from failing. Not from
He
failing.
goes from
No.
mess to mess, yeah. How about Junior?
Well, he's just participated in the wildest experience of his entire life, a supernatural casino robbery. And that kind of sends him into an existential crisis where he kicks opium once and for all and realizes that nonviolence actually is not the true path. He joins the communists and he becomes an instrumental soldier in fighting the Japanese imperialist forces pre-World War II. And he actually kills both Japanese soldiers who participated in the contest to kill 100 men with a bayonet prior to them even reaching 20. Impaled them with spiked brass knuckles
Oh man, so he
through their
feels like,
temples.
whoa, very cool. So he becomes this like war criminal hunting hero.
And he takes up boxing past his prime and challenges for a title and doesn't win, but it was close.
Ah, whoa, that's a very good character arc. I love it. And then how about the man who upset Belial, Wraith? What happens to him?
I get so little to Wraith's sort of. He still doesn't know quite his origins. He just knows sort of the energy that fuels his powers. I don't have quite enough advances to change anything, to add anything. But if Belial tries to barter anything or disrupt anything that has to do with it, he has to deal with the entity that gave Wraith his powers and took away his identity.
Kind of putting Wraith into this weird contest. Oh, I like it. Well, we'll just see how that contest ends up if Wraith ever comes back. I do hope some of these characters, or all of them, make a nice return. I certainly hope our wonderful special guest Jameson makes a return.
Thank you guys so
Thanks for
much for
joining
having
me.
me. Thank you. Really appreciate
Oh,
it.
it was-
It was awesome. I had so much fun.
Oh, thank you. It was a joy having you at the table tonight. And I do hope all of you listeners enjoyed it, or viewers. Maybe you're listening. Who knows? I don't know how you
viewing
take
or
it.
are you listening?
Yeah, maybe you just minimize that window and are listening to it. We do
Any
something
of
else.
you who choose us as your entertainment option.
Yes, I do thank you as well. Next week we're going to be back into our main story, our fourth chapter of our 1936 Berlin arc, which is entitled Beer Garden Berserkers. So back to more fun time with those wacky Nazis when we return on Tuesday.
Beer garden.
Very
Yeah.
interesting. So, thanks everyone for chiming in and hanging out.
Thanks for enjoying the show.
Never split the party. Thanks for hanging out with us and raiding us tonight. And thanks for everybody that was watching and hanging out. And before we do our traditional, I just want to leave you with one passionate statement that I think we need to all live by is we just want a simple life of swing around in ponds eating cucumbers. I mean, isn't that our dream? Whew.
Yes.
Verklempt.
Cucumbers are delicious.
The Catholic dream.
So, thanks everyone. But we'll be back Tuesday, same time, all
Next
those
Tuesday.
channels and all that good stuff. But until then, make sure and pull up a chair and,
And
make time to tabletop. All right, everyone.
Good night, folks.
We will see you soon.
Hope you enjoyed the show.
They might have.
Don't do opium.
We'll do it.